Welcome to the podcast. Today we are talking about car maintenance.
Yay.
How many of you know how to change your tire?
Kinda.
Nope, not at all. Not one bit.
I do.
So, out of all of us in the group, only 2 of us knows how to change the tire. But we're going to go through that with you guys. Tomas, what's the first thing you do when you want to change your tire out?
You loosen the lug nuts and then you put the jack under the car and put it up and then take the lug nuts off and take the tire off, and you have to put it in a start position when you get the new tire on, and then just tighten the lug nuts and you're ready to go.
Yep, that is exactly how you're supposed to change the tire. Make sure to get them nice and tight, and like he said, in the start position. Also make sure to put your wheel in straight, or you might get it on crooked, and that's really bad. Okay, who knows how to check the oil here? Anyone?
Out of all 5 of us right now, probably at least 1 to 0 of us knows how to change that.
Why? Do you know how to do it?
Yes, so
Okay.
basically all you gotta do is pop your hood. There's the little oil stick. You just pull that out. It'll tell you how much oil you have in your car. Tomas, do you know how to change it?
There's a thing under the oil can, the oil. You just, I guess, not unlock it, but just take it off, and then it'll spill the oil, and then put the oil back on. Just get new oil in the car.
Yeah, I want to add on with that a bit. So that thing he was talking about is a nut under it. And then after you're done, you also want to drain the oil filter. You should also change that when you're changing your oil. Make sure to put that nut back on too. All right, is there any other car maintenance things?
Checking your tires.
Okay, yeah, that's really easy. All you need is something to measure your tire pressure. It just goes straight in the stud of your tire and will tell you how much. It depends on what tire you have, on how much pressure, but that's really easy to check and do.
Yes, sir.
If you don't know how to do it, I believe Les Schwab even does it for free for you. Another thing you should always do is check your engine coolant. Like, if you need to change that, it's super easy. It's just a compartment after you pop your hood, and you can just burn more coolant.
And another thing about car maintenance is how to check your brakes, if they're good or not.
Oh, yes. Can you explain further, Tomas?
It's when it starts to squeak, that means you have to change the brakes, and if it's thinner than your thumb, you're gonna have to change the brakes and just put new ones on.
Hello, now we're introducing the options of food types. We have Derek with us and James Young.
Y'all know how to make pizza? I know Gio has made pizza a couple times, but I don't know.
No, I've never made pizza.
Tell us how to make a pizza, since you know how to make one.
By scratch or by Easy
Well-
Bake Oven?
Was this to
Both of
scratch?
them.
No,
Both of them.
no, not easy bake oven. Let's talk
No,
about
let me show you. Let me show
Scratch
you
is
the easy
better.
way of baking with oven. You grab your frozen pizza out of your fridge. you take off the cardboard box, the saline wrap, put it on your pan, throw it in the oven, leave it in for 17 to 18 minutes, 400 degrees.
I'd just like to add on, Gio must like black pizza or something, because if you follow these instructions, your pizza will be burnt.
And then you say, Kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya.
Actually, I'd like to add
So
on,
we're- so we're
most
not-
frozen pizzas do not need a pan. You can just put it on the center rack. But this is adulting. Like, it's not all frozen pizzas. We need to get you full.
Top ramen, shrimp flavored.
Shrimp flavored.
shrimp
let's
flavor,
go.
best flavor.
Yes, top ramen is
That's
really
cheap.
good. It's
also
cheap.
pretty cheap.
It's filling. It's easy to make. But, do you guys know how to make anything from scratch that's pretty cheap? You know, like baseline, like there's flour, there's
Pasta.
sugar.
Oh yeah,
Bananas.
You know how?
You know how to make flour tortillas?
Buy
Yeah.
pickles.
Hey, Gio, please explain to us, how do you
Yes.
make flour tortillas?
Okay, so how I was taught was that you put I think it was 3 to 4 quarters of flour into a bowl. Then you add this one thing. I don't know how it's mashed potato like. You put it in the bowl. Then you start mixing it around. Then you add hot water with it numerous of times.
It's like a big chunk of grass on.
Yeah, like whatever he said. Then you just keep mixing it with your hands because your hands are better than a spoon, until it turns into like a nice fluffy dough. And within that is where you start like rolling it up to like a bread shape. Then you would start slowly taking like
small pieces,
a small handful, and within that you start rolling it with your hands in like a circular motion, basically making a peace sign, just having like that. And within that time, you got yourself a little ball, and you make numerous of these. And then what you do next is that you put the little ball into the flour on both sides. Then you roll it out with usually with a roller, or what my mother did was a broom handle stick. It's actually a true fact. She still has it to this day.
Yeah, and then after you just bake it, or
no? After that, you put it on. After you got it in the shape of a tortilla, you put it on a pan, like a flat pan where you're able to cook like things,
Comal, I think.
Yeah, you put it on there, then you wait for it to change color first, then you flip it to the other side, and you let it change color again.
Or and don't fold it, don't flip it with your fork or spoon. Flip it with your hands. Don't be.
It's either flip it with your hands or flip it with a
big spatula.
A spatula, yeah.
Yeah, that is a really good, cheap way.
No. Hold up. I haven't got to the best part.
Oh.
After perfect tortilla in your hand, add some Spam, like 2 pieces of Spam on it, like perfectly cooked Spam, and like angle it right, and you start making it into like a burrito shape, but flat. You eat out of that, you're going to feel like you're coming down from a highness.
Well, yeah, that is a really good, cheap way to make a delicious meal. And, I can almost guarantee that will taste way better than your top ramen.
What about...
And also, you could also spread it out within like 4 to 5 days. But the problem with that is that after like 2 days, I would say, it starts getting a little stale. And that's when it starts falling apart.
And
that's what you want to get in its prime moment.
Yeah, you can make a PB&J. 2 pieces of bread, your PB&J,
or you get pasta.
Your peanut butter, your jelly. You split your peanut butter on your bread, and your jelly on the other bread. And you smack them together, and boom, PB&J.
Yeah, and there's so many different variants: peanut butter and honey, crunchy peanut butter, strawberry jam. Like there's so much jam.
Uncrustables.
Well, that is now all we have to say. Thanks for tuning in.